Hello students, welcome back to your business communication lecture. Let's continue with chapter 5, that is types and drafting of business letter. In my last lecture, I have discussed with you all what are order letters. Order letter is something when you are pleased with the customer's quotation and price list, you place an order. This order can be placed with the help of a standardized form, which is very important here, which helps you to place an order very properly. Here you cannot skip any, you can say, important information in that. It is very helpful while placing an order. I have also discussed the hints while drafting an order, and we have also seen specimen of order letters. Now, today we are going to start with execution of an order. Means this is the fourth stage. First was what? You inquire about the product. Then you got, second stage is reply to that enquiry. Third was placing an order. Now fourth is execution of an order. Now children, every order is an opportunity for the seller, means the person who is going to sell his product. Now it can build a profitable relationship with the customer. So it is very important that every order must be promptly acknowledged either by ready printed postcard or a special letter. So the acknowledgement of an order must express the seller's pleasure and gratitude, and it must appreciate the customer's interest in the good. It must be a medium of mentioning the favorable aspects of goods, terms and services. Such a draft will create a psychological value for the goods and services to be added to the customer's commercial value and the customer's places upon them. So the acknowledgement of an order is, you can say, a legal acceptance of all the points mentioned in the order. Hence, the order must be read carefully before accepting and acknowledging it. Now, I'll give you some hints of drafting and acknowledgement. Now, first and the foremost thing, you should be prompt in execution in full. Like first you have to thank the party for the order. You have to thank them that they are really pleased with the price list and quotation of yours and they've placed an order. You have to thank them. Then you have to specify the goods you have dispatched or the time by which you will dispatch them. Then you have to state the total amount of the invoice and attach the invoice to the letter. After that you should refer to the need of prompt payment. Sorry. But do not stress this point. If the bill has been debited to the party's account, make a mention of it, or if the invoice and the other papers have been sent through a bank, request the party to arrange for getting the papers released from the bank. After that, you have to mention the mode of dispatch, that is post, parcel, passenger or goods train, truck, etc. Then you have to give reference should be made like to the quality and popularity of the goods, and a hope may be expressed that the goods will satisfy the customer's requirements. Then you have to maintain a personal tone throughout and show your eagerness to serve the customer in all possible ways. And lastly, you have to impress the customer by the fact that his order has been given a personal attention. Then the second thing, prompt but part execution. Like here, you have to thank the party for the order. Then you have to mention the goods you are supplying immediately, and then you have to state the reason for the inability to execute the order in full. Sometimes what happens, if the person has placed an order of 4 to 5 items, sometimes what 2 items are not available with you all, another three are there. So you have to write a letter to the customer here telling him that you can immediately parcel 3 items here and 2 will be given later. You have to specify the date by which time you can, by what date you can supply those products to them, items to them, and you have to give a valid reason why you are not sending it now. You have to give probable date by which you can supply the rest of the order, and you have to suggest a reminder to keep the order alive. Now I will share with you all some sample letters for the execution of an order. See this one, sample letter for the execution of orders. Letter of execution of order. First you have to write your name, company's name, pin code, salutation. Then you will write, you will be glad to know that your order of 28th March has been promptly filled in. The tins ordered by you have been dispatched and you should be getting them in about 4 days time. Your customers will certainly be pleased with the excellent quality of Netco and Setco products. See, first you have thanked, then you have mentioning them that you have dispatched the order and by what time the person will get that order, and then you have to tell that person about the quality of the product which you have dispatched here. Then after that, in the next paragraph, you will say, if you wish to have any further information, just write to our representative. Means if the person, the customer wants any detailed information about the order here, how it has been dispatched and all, they have to contact the representative. Then you have to name the representative, address and all. He will be glad to serve you in any matter relating to paints and particularly the Netco products. Whatever detailed information or while dispatching the thing, if you want to know about anything more in detail, then you can consult the person. That person's name and address should be given. After that, complimentary close, and you have to enclose the copy of the invoice also. So this is the, you can say, execution of an order letter. Means you have sent the order and with that you are sending a letter here. Next one, see here, one more example. Here, plural abbreviation of Messrs. Hiremat and Sons, address, salutation. Thank you for your order of August 4. We are pleased to hear again from a good old business friend like you. Most of the items in the order number 13 August 4 has been sent promptly. However, 2 books, Principles and Practice of Bookkeeping and Managing People Effectively, are at present not in stock. See here, this is what? Prompt but part execution here. Here you have placed an order, here you have executed an order but something is left. Some items are not available with you all, so you are keeping in hold that. So that also you have to mention in this letter. We expect to have them from our publisher in the second week of the August. By what time you can get them? We assure you that you will receive this book by the end of the August, by which date you will dispatch that order. Sujas Transport will send rest of the books to you on August 10, and whatever you have now immediately that you are sending, that you have to inform them in your letter. We trust the delay in supplying this book will not inconvenience you and request you to write to us, confirm that you still require them. Means you have to tell them that whatever delay is been done in sending the rest of the books, we really feel that it is not inconvenient to you all. Please write and let us know that you are still interested so that we can dispatch that order to you later also. Then complimentary close you have to write. So in this way you have to keep in mind, these are the execution of order letters. Here you have to mention them that you first and the foremost thing, you will thank them for placing an order. Then you will specify the goods which you have dispatched. Then you have to state the total invoice. Then you also should mention, if you want prompt payment, you have to mention the mode of dispatch. You have to refer the you can say you have to give reference to the quality or popularity of the product which you have sent, and the tone of the letter should be personal, but you can say polite, but it should be in a professional way. And you have to impress the customer also with the fact that you have given personal attention to the order which the customer has placed. I hope you have understood this. Now we shall go to the next topic, that is credit and status enquiries. Now what is credit? Children, credit is a means through which the goods can be bought or sold without cash payment. Now many people who have the business, they do it on credit basis. Means they don't pay cash immediately. They ask the person to make an account there, and they will be paying to that person partly every month. So that is known as what? Credit system here. Now, a substantial amount of the trading invoices is known as also credit, you can say. It is found to be useful both for the buyers and the sellers, because if it enables the buyers to conduct business with comparatively less capital. Means if the person is buying the product, he can just give part of the payment and he can do his business. So it is very convenient for the buyer. It is also convenient for the seller because it helps him to attract the sellers on the large sales. If the person comes to know that this company gives the product or has business, does business with people on credit basis, they really find it attractive and interesting, and they are really eager to do business with them. So this credit system is both beneficial for the buyer as well as for the seller. The sellers here get the advantage of regular sales and guaranteed market of their goods. Means if the person comes to know here that the company is giving product on the credit basis, so they, what will happen, the company will get here customers on the you can say regular basis here. They will regularly buy from them and they will keep on every month partly pay the payments here. So it is very beneficial credit system. Now, your need of inquiry, when you are giving credit to any company here, it is very important that you need to inquire about that company. Now, here you have to keep in mind, children, that though credit increases sales, it also involves risk, particularly of bad debts and delayed payment. Sometimes what happens, if you give people, if you do business on credit system here, it might happen the people whom you are having business with won't pay you on time, or they won't they can also ditch you. So it is very important that you need to inquire with the company with whom you are doing this business. Your sound credit policy, careful selection of the credit customers, and prompt collection are essential for the successful functioning of the credit system. Now, before you allow credit, the credit department must get the following essential information about the customer. Every company should have a credit department. When the company is having a business dealing here, the credit department, it becomes very important on the part of the credit department to get important information about the customer. Now, this important information can be related to the 4 C's. Now, what are these 4 C's? First is his character, the honesty, reputation for the fairness and justice, reliability, trustworthiness, moral conduct, the practice of making prompt payments, and etc. Second C will be his capacity, which includes business acumen, means how good businessman he is, judgment, experience, and resourcefulness. Third C is his capital, including tangible assets, their market value, the reserves, and ratio between his assets and liabilities. And the fourth C, you can say, is the condition of the customer's business in particular, the external condition of the business on the whole, which certainly affects the individual business. Now, children, you have to keep in mind all these 4 C's are considered to be the foundation of a sound credit policy. If you are very, you can say, happy with these 4 C's of the customer, they can really, you can start the business with the customer on the credit basis. After that is the sources of inquiry, from where you can come to know about the customer here. Now, the relevant information about these 4 C's can be obtained from the following sources now. First one is internal sources. Internal sources here means the size and value of the past orders placed by the customer, if he is a regular cash customer, and you can say the salesman report about the customer. This can be the internal sources. Then from the customer you can say the personal interview with the customer, or you can say the financial statement of the customer submitted by him. Then the third one is external sources. External sources, you can say the trade references given by the customer, bank references submitted by him, or you can say the information from the trade associations, chamber of commerce, inquiry agencies, or general mercantile agencies, etc. From all these sources, you can come to know about the customer's trustworthiness or how good businessman the customer is. After that, it comes the trade and bank references. Now you need to inquire about the trustworthiness of the customer. So these are the two main sources from where you can get information about the customer, that is trade and bank references. Now trade references, you can say, are the names of the business firms that can submit a report on the customer's credit worthiness, means how good the person is in his payment. Now, whenever the customer requests for the supply of goods on credit, the trader has to obtain necessary information about the 4 C's of the applicant. For this purpose, the trader asks the applicant to name a few businessmen for his acquaintance to whom he may refer the matter. These businessmen can call referees or trade references. They can ask, they can write a letter to these people, companies or the other people whom with he had trade earlier, and ask them about his credit worthiness. After that comes is bank reference. Now children, bank reference is the name of the credit applicant's banker who can supply all necessary information about him to the trader here. Now while you are asking for references, the trader should be extremely polite so that he may not hurt the feelings of the party. His letter must make it clear that he is seeking this information as a matter of general policy and not because of any doubt about the credit standing of the customer. Now, since it is in a mutual interest of both trader and the customer, the latter should feel free in giving information necessary to establish his credit in the business year. The credit references asked for should be furnished in as simple and polite manner as possible, even if the customer thinks that it is unnecessary. Here there should be no room for feeling insulted because the trader requires the information to establish the customer's credit only as a matter of routine here. Means when the customer, now from whom the person will come to know, from whom the customer, here you can say seller will come to know that this person has trade with the trade with the companies or with the banks and all. He can only come to know when the customers give him the names of the particular trading companies or the bank references, name of the banks whom with he has transactions with. So this is the person, the customer should not feel insulted or he should not feel that it is very unnecessary. For business transaction it is very necessary, so you should in a very polite way reply and give the following information to the seller here. Now I will give you some hints for drafting letter for trade and bank references. First and the foremost thing, what you will do is you will express your pleasure at the request for credit and you can thank the party for the order. Then you have to explain why you need this information. You have to make a request for specific information, that is trade references, bank references, financial statement or personal interview, etc. You have to assure that the information will be kept confidential. You have to write in detail the contents that they should include in statements to build up goodwill, and tell the customer that it will be in his own interest to promptly send the required information. You complete in all details, for it will enable you to immediately open his account and then dispatch the goods to him. So in a very polite but professional way you have to write this letter also. I will share now the specimen letters with you all. Now see this letter. Here this specimen letter, here you can say here a customer wishes to have his order executed by the trader on credit. So the customer is new to the trader here. So what he will do here, the trader, he will ask the references. He will write a letter to the customer here asking him for the references for the business transaction. So for that reason the letter is been drafted here. See here. Here what you have to do, you have to ask the trader, for the trader asking the customer to furnish references. Then the other thing, you have, the customer will give references also. See here. Company's name, salutation, It is a pleasure to receive your order on 7th September year for Mark's television sets. We shall gladly open an account for you as soon as you furnish us with 3 trade references. Means here very politely you are telling them that first thing is first and the foremost, you are thanking the person, you are thanking the customer here to place an order, and then you will tell them that we will soon open an account with you, but here you have to just give us 3 trade references along with your bank reference also, so that you could complete with the formalities necessary to establish your firm's credit. Means it will help the person to know that how accurate you are in paying here, or it will help the person to know, the seller to know about your credit worthiness. Our request does not imply any misgivings on your credit standing. You should also assure the person, assure that the customer does not feel bad. You should not hurt their feelings. So here you have to mention them that you should not misunderstand when we ask for the references here. Getting trade and bank references is a general policy. You have to tell them, you have to specify that it is company's policy, and we request all our new customer to send this information here before we open an account on credit system. So will you please write to us by return mail so that there is no delay in the shipment. You should make them clear that we are ready to dispatch the order. Only you have to send the trade references with bank reference here. So even once you send them, they can really dispatch that order soon. We will record your order as soon as we get the necessary information. Then lastly, you have to write, we are pleased to have the opportunity of adding your name to our list of credit account. You should assure to them that you are really happy to have business with them, and hope the opening of this account will be the beginning of a long and happy association with you. So very politely you have to end the letter, complimentary, close here. After that, see here, now this is the reply to the letter which the person has sent for the references. Means they have asked for the reference. Now the customer is giving reference here. So see here, name of the company, salutation. Your first thing, thank you for your courtesy in agreeing to open an account in your books. Means you also will thank first that you are ready to have business with us, and you have to open our account in your company on credit basis. As required by you, we are giving below 3 references with whom we had an open account for past 5 years. See, you are very nicely giving references. No one feels bad because it is a way you have business with the people. 3 names of the companies are given here. Jayashree Trading Company, address, M. Rangnath Brothers Private Limited, address, Kundal Enterprise, and its address. With the bank reference, see, our bankers are Vijaya Bank, Bank Road, Kolhapur. Please write to us if additional information is required. Means you are giving them by trader's name, you are giving them the bank name. Still you have to tell them that if additional information is required, you please write to us. However, since we wish to add the sets to our stocks for the Deepavali season, please complete your credit check as quickly as possible. Means you have to tell them the order which you have placed is required by you all soon. So please, whatever you can say, you want to have information about us, you have to speak with these people of the traders and the bank. Please make it soon and then dispatch the order. Complimentary close. So I hope you have understood this. In today's lecture we have seen both, that is how you have to, how you can execute an order, how to execute an order. If you are executing full order here, then how you should write a letter. If you are executing part order here, then how you will write the letter. I have done the sample letters with you all. After that, credit and status inquiries. Means if you want to have business transaction with the company here, with the seller here on the credit basis here, you have to write to them. And then the seller will ask for the trade references as well as bank references. So that also you have to provide the person promptly, very promptly here, so that it becomes easy for the person to make an enquiry and then execute the order. For today, I will stop here. In my next lecture, we'll continue with the same. Thank you.